I've been thinking a lot about the decisions that I make and why I make them. And I started thinking about this concept of benefit. Like the benefit. What is the benefit of making this decision? So for instance, if somebody, like if it's like, say you want to lose weight and you've got to think like, what is the benefit? What has been the benefit so far of me not being the ideal weight? What is the benefit? The benefits could be simple as I don't have to go out of my way to work out. I don't have to cook. I don't have to count calories and watch I can eat whatever I want. I can eat cookies and pizzas and burgers and all that stuff, right? That is the benefit. And then it's like, if you're somebody who is not living, doesn't have the dream job that they've always wanted, what is the benefit of not having that job? Not, figuring that out. The benefit is that you don't have to confront somebody. You don't have to put yourself out there and take chances and risk yourself. You can just play it cool and continue to work at, wherever you work, your retail job or call center or whatever, wherever you're working. The reason why you're there is because there's a benefit beneath where you're at, and you have actively decided that benefit is worth remaining the same, or rather not getting what you really want. For instance, me and this YouTube channel, I like at one point, like I felt like YouTube is not doing me any favors, because YouTube is not a viable way to live. It's not something that I can do as a professional, or is not something that I would be able to live off of. I was very wrong, but at the time, there wasn't monetization. Like there was, but you had to be partnered, and I was partnered. But like the money that I was getting from that was nowhere near enough to pay my bills, to pay my rent, all it did was give me some extra money so that I could, and to be honest, I used all that money to buy equipment for the channel, to buy a better mic, to buy keyboards and mice and a gaming computer and all that stuff. All that money that I got from YouTube was just invested right back into YouTube, and it wasn't enough to, but now it's different. Now people can live off of YouTube, and it's way different. But like back then, that was the reason I made that decision, was that like I'm going to stop doing YouTube because I see a benefit in becoming a designer. Like a web designer or whatever, UX design, all that stuff. So I thought about that, and I'm just like, I'm going to become a designer now. I'm going to stop. So I slowed down on the YouTube. I slowed down on gaming. I slowed down on everything that I was doing at the time, making music, all that stuff. And I started to really focus on my career. And eventually I started to see the benefit of that. I made the right decision. I'm being validated. People are telling me, "Oh, you're doing such a good job. You're so good at this. We love working with you." I'd get all these awards at work. They'd be giving me like little gift cards for stuff, and people would be telling me how much of a good job I'm doing, how I'm like the most valued person on the team, and I got all that validation there, but deep down, my soul was screaming. It's like, I didn't know what the benefit was for me making music. I took making music for granted. Music was really a way for me to, it's like therapy for me. It really was therapy for me. It was a way for me to get that emotion out. And I didn't realize that. And, you know, it took years and years and years for me to realize, you know, like there's something missing. And I had even stopped listening to music. Like I stopped, you know, I would hear music around and stuff in the car, whatnot. But like I wasn't like sitting down really listening to music like I used to, like I was in the past. And you know, things changed. Like I'm a different person now, but now I'm at a place in my life where I've been able to take a break from a lot of stuff. I work for myself. I don't have to work for anybody else. I've gotten a reputation with a few people, and they bring me, you know, work, and we all help each other out. And, you know, I no longer work for anyone else. And the benefit there is that I don't have to deal with the office politics and all that stuff that comes with working in a job. I don't have to like sugarcoat anything. If there's a project that I don't want to do, I can just flat out tell them that I'm not interested. Or if there's a client that's being like that I don't agree with, I can just tell them that, you know, I don't feel like I'm the right person for their job or whatever. Right? There's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of benefits that come with running your own business instead of having to work at a company. But there's also there's also a lot of responsibilities that come with that. You got to learn how to pay taxes, and you got to learn how to do all kinds of paperwork that, you know, like those big companies have other people get paid to do. You got to learn how to pitch to clients. You got to learn how to do all this stuff. But the benefit is that I get to tell people that I work for myself, that I own my own company, that I'm an entrepreneur. Those are the benefits. And I live for those benefits. But now I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I really wish, oh, my dog just bumped into the table. I'm getting to a point where I'm just like, you know, those benefits are not as, the benefits that I thought about, you know, like from those back in those days, they're not as important anymore. You know, it's not as important to me to get validation from other people for my work. I just want to create the work that I want to put out. And now that's where I'm at. So I've evolved, and now I'm changing, and now I'm making new decisions. And I want to explore other parts of myself and who I am. So I recently decided to get back into music. I started messing around with, you know, like FL Studio and a whole bunch of different plugins and stuff like that, looking at tutorials, watching other people make music. And I'm like, oh man, I miss this. I really miss it. And so I realized that the benefit of music for me is therapy. It's pretty much just therapy. Like but I guess like my main thing, or my main concept for this video was just, if, you know, wherever you're at with whatever you're dealing with, think about the benefit of why you're there and why it's happening. If you feel like you're overweight, what is the benefit of staying overweight? if you're single and you can't find somebody to date, what is the benefit? Like for me, I decided just to stay single. And I'm like, the benefit there is real easy. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to pretend to be somebody else, or I don't have to pretend to do anything. I don't have to like play any games. I don't have to be held accountable to anybody other than myself. I don't have to, I don't have to show up for anybody. I show up for myself. And that's good enough. Same thing with like if you wanted to be, an influencer, what is the benefit of not being one? And is that benefit worth it? There's a reason why you're not doing what you want to do, and there are benefits to those reasons, and sometimes they're obvious and sometimes they're not obvious. So if there's something that you don't have right now, what is the benefit of not having it? Or not being in your life? It's like, for me, music, the benefit, I've decided that there is no benefit anymore for me not to make music. There's no benefit. Or the benefit is greater for me to make music so that I can work through some things in my life and get, through some emotions, so I can write and be creative and and make music for me, stuff that I can relate to for myself. I'm not making music for anyone else because there's no benefit in me making music for other people. There's no benefit in me getting validation from other people. It's nice. People tell me that, like my music is good or whatever. If they tell me that, or if they tell me it's bad, like whatever they say, it's not for them. It's for me. It's my process. And eventually, when I find music that I think that I want to share, I'll post it on this channel for sure. But we'll see. I was thinking about making like a Call of Duty, because they're remaking Modern Warfare 2, and I was like, that would be like the perfect like way to get back into this whole YouTube Call of Duty thing, is just to make like a little video about that. But then I thought, like, the benefit there is that I would get, I'd get views, but does it benefit me altogether with the way that I want to take my channel? Does it benefit that? Not really. It just like almost puts me back. So we'll see. I had to think about it. Then again, it's like, why not? I don't have to be so serious about this YouTube thing, because obviously this YouTube thing is not something that it's just literally now, it's just a hobby. So I think about this too, like, what is the benefit of me making these videos? To be honest, the benefit from me making these videos is from you guys, from your comments. The comments that you guys tell me that you enjoy these ideas, you enjoy me talking about, these discussions, and I like making them. That is the benefit there. Very simple. Has nothing beyond that. Because there's, I don't know, maybe one day this will be a thing that I can live off of again, but probably not. More than likely it's not. And not everything you do has to be, like, you don't have to be famous for everything you do. You don't have to get validation. You don't have to do everything for for greed. You can do stuff just for yourself. You can go out and like, you can cook the most amazing meal for yourself. You can go and like, you know, make your house look like a resort. Like go buy some like, you know, resort looking soap dispensers and do things for yourself. No one has to know. I think these days a lot of people just want clout, but for all the wrong reasons. They don't even think of the benefits of clout. So, because there's consequences for clout too, but I didn't want to talk about consequences as much because the consequences is what everyone focuses on most of the time. They don't think about the benefits of their bad decisions or good decisions or decisions, and I mean just decisions in general. Like they don't think about the real benefits behind those. You know, like what is the benefit of staying overweight? It's probably simpler than you think. Probably just you get to eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however much you want. And then, you know, obviously the easy consequences are, easy. You know, like, I mean, you guys can figure that out. The consequences, like, you should live a shorter life. You live a more stressed life. You aren't trusted as much. People don't think that you have the will. They don't think you have the determination and discipline. So like you're not going to as easily get that manager position that you wanted because they look at you and think, wow, you can't even take care of himself. How is he going to take care of a team? How's he going to lead people? Right? And it happens unconsciously. It doesn't even happen consciously for those people. Those, you know, when they're looking at considering you for certain things. So think about the benefits of your decisions. I hope you guys have a good day, good night. And I will catch you later. Peace out.